Hello and welcome back to SF a Giants recap. And the Giants, they beat the Brewers today 9-2. The Giants offense today looked phenomenal. A lot of great things that we're going to go over. So make sure to subscribe and like if you do end up enjoying. But the Giants today, their offense, like I said, phenomenal. We had Flores, Chapman, Wade, Yastrzemski, everyone show up in that upper half of the order. And so let's go over all that. Wilmer Flores, he had a home run. Chapman, those two went back to back in the first. Great to see there. Love the power. Love Flores getting the bat on the ball. And we're seeing a lot of positive things from who are going to be our starters. Those types of players like Flores, Chapman, and then the next two that I'm going to name, Wade and Yaz. Those two also went yard today. And seeing the power come through today was something that we've kind of been lacking ever since the start of spring training. So seeing it today, seeing our starters do really well, is amazing. And I think that, like I said yesterday, I was talking about Wade. Wade had 3 walks, I think, yesterday. And then, so that means he was seeing the ball. Today he comes out and he gets a home run. I think that translated from yesterday, seeing the ball well, knowing his zone. Today, got out there, saw the pitch he wanted, and blasted over the right field fence. That's the type of approach and at bats and things you love to see, especially in spring training. Regular season, kind of get with the motions and everything kind of flows together as one. Whereas in spring training, every single day is something new and something that I feel like the players are trying to adjust to. And we saw that with Wade. 3 walks and then a home run. That is the type of at-bats and type of sequencing you want to see from your players. And I think that that's right there a great sign for Lamont Wade Jr. Wilmer Flores, he had the homer. Like I said, Wilmer Flores is going to be in that DH role, I think. And then with Encarnacion, those two will probably alternate. And then Encarnacion has been playing first and left field. I like him at first a lot, big guy. Left field, he looks a little bit stiff. Doesn't really fit the routes well, and so I think first base would be a good spot for him to switch off with Wade, and then have Flores and Wade and Encarnacion rotate between that DH slot, and everything will kind of fall into place there. So good to see though from the starters today to get the offense going, and obviously one other guy to point out, Willy Adames. He had a couple hits today, got an RBI, stuff like that from our new addition. And having Chapman as your third baseman, Adames as your shortstop, 2 very reliable defensive players, and then also producing on the offensive side. We're going to expect that, and we're going to hope for that to continue. And you love to see a game like this where the Giants put up 9 runs. And the only issue is the bottom of our order, very, very weak. I think it was 0 for something, didn't put up any RBIs on the board, but mainly we were worried about our starters, and now they produce. So that's the great thing to look out for today. The pitching side of the game, almost as good as the hitting side. Logan Webb, he pitched today, 4 strikeouts in 3 innings pitched. That is some buildup that you love to see. Getting the strikeout numbers, getting 3 innings, allowing only 1 run. And that's kind of a Logan Webb type of start you want to see, because what you're going to see is double that in the regular season. You're going to see 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 runs allowed. That's a great outing from Logan Webb. And so I think that if you have that type of outing from him in spring training, building him up, it's not even March yet, and we're already seeing that type of progression from him. That's nothing but good signs. Kyle Harrison, he also had a great day today. 3 strikeouts, 2 innings pitched, and he did really well. Seeing the walks down for Kyle Harrison with 0 today, I think is the biggest factor, because last year his command was a little bit out of control. He would sell the fastballs way outside and way high, and it was an easy take. In my opinion, the biggest thing for our pitchers this year to focus on is small misses. I feel like the rookies or the younger guys last year, like Birdsong, Harrison, Hicks as a rookie starter per se, those 3 really struggled with small misses. Misses that make the hitter think like, oh, I'll hit that. Nope. Like those little misses off the plate were like half an inch, or above an inch, below the plate or below the zone by half an inch. Those are great things that can make a hitter think. You're not in the zone, so you're not hitting the sweet part of the bat, and it kind of makes the pitcher in control of the at bat rather than the hitter. And I feel like last year we saw a lot of games where Harrison's selling it a foot above the zone. Same with Birdsong, he would miss way outside, way inside, and it never really made the pitcher or the hitter think, and the hitter was in control of that bat. And that's when we saw damage, like Harrison allowing home runs, grand slams, doubles, big hits like that. So I think that if the pitching staff, especially the younger guys, can kind of hone in on that and get that fixed, or at least minimize the issue, we're going to see a lot better production from the pitching staff and a lot better production overall as a team, because it limits the stress on the defense, limits the stress on the catching, gets the hitters back into the dugout, and gives us more opportunities to get the bat on the ball, put up some runs. So I think that could be a key for the Giants' success. Ryan Walker, he also came in today, pitched a nice clean inning, getting 2 strikeouts. And then we saw Hayden Birdsong came in for 2 innings, getting 3 strikeouts. Like I said, these guys, that whole list today, Webb, Harrison, Walker, Birdsong, and then Randy Rodriguez, who also had a nice inning, only allowed 1 run and a hit, but other than that, they'll limit the damage. That whole list right there, we're going to be relying a lot on them this year, and seeing a nice, clean, solid game. Doesn't have to be perfect, but a solid game like this today from the offense and now the pitching, you love to see that from the Giants. And I think that this is kind of a good sign for February, now to move into March, and that's when you're going to start seeing more players expand to more innings per game, seeing more pitchers expand to maybe 3-4 innings, and then eventually get into the regular system and regular rotation. So that will do it for today's recap, though. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for a new SF Giants recap video.